These relationships that you have, are they business relationships? I noticed you mentioned family, right? And relationships have a arc to them. There's knowing somebody. That's really, and all things are in relationship, right? Like there's I'm in relationship to this computer sitting in front of me, right? Um, so there's knowing people. That's like step one of a relationship. Like I know you, you know me, and knowing of somebody. But then there's like actual relationship where we have some back and forth. But then I
Right.
think it gets deeper than that. I think there gets to
100%.
be friendship, fellowship, family, like those types of things. Have you ever thought about the depth of that and what that looks like in your relationships with the people you work with?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, to kind of give you an example, the purchasing manager for D.R. Horton, I'm going to go meet with him here in a little bit, him and his wife, me and my wife, and meet with him and his wife. We know each other's families. They've been over to our house for, family events, and we've been over to their house for family events. We have just crossed paths in a way that who would you rather do business with? Somebody that you actually can, completely rely on and trust, but then also somebody that you have a personal relationship to the point to where they can trust you around their family. I mean, yeah, I want to be able to build that relationship and be that person that they trust me around their family, because I feel that, I have a big heart and my family has a big heart, and I like to associate with people that are like-minded, and like-minded in my faith, right? And like-minded in the things that we do. And, I want to make their lives easier and hopefully give them, at least from my perspective, lesser of a stressful, situation when it comes to my trade that they have to deal with on a daily basis. So yeah, I do like taking those relationships to the next level, because I think it's super impactful, because if they can trust me around their family, well, they definitely can trust me with their work.
Yeah, that's a given, right?
Yeah.
That's something else I've noticed about you. And you really just kind of brought it out because you mentioned it. You mentioned faith, right? Like there's this, I have a faith and so do they. So our relationship's a little bit tighter. I've also noticed that you attract folks like that. I mentioned Jason earlier, but also Renee.
Yeah.
Renee's got really strong. Is that a core value of your business or of you personally that you apply into your business, or is it
Well,
just who you are?
in a sense, it's just who I am, but it is a core value at the same time, because there are principles and a mindset that my faith basically, it structures my lifestyle. It structures the way that I do business. It structures how, I live with my family and with my children, and the way that we do things. And I think it just attracts, the certain type of people as well. Um, in the roofing industry, there's all kinds of people, right? And a lot of them aren't real faith based, but the majority of the people that are in my company, and they also respect my faith as well, and they respect the foundation that we built our company on, and that's a big part of it. So I think that God has just put those people in in my life, and it's just attracted more.
Man, that's so cool, and it's interesting because that core value that is part of you, but you also apply to your business. It explains why you're where you are, because you had a very familiar story. You said, I went to work for this guy. I was interested in his thing. When I was doing the insurance thing, I was doing just fine at making good money. And I'd probably be there today if he had treated me differently.
Yeah,
And so
100%.
there was something in that treatment that didn't work out very well. And we hear this all the time. We didn't get paid a bonus. It always comes down to that person on the other side not treating somebody how you would deem right as an individual. How important is that to you, like with your own people?
Yeah, I mean, like I said earlier, I always tell everybody, I want you to be happy in the place that you're at. And if you don't see any potential for growth, I want you to be happy, and I want you to find that place. And if this isn't it, I urge you to move on. So we have to be a unit. We have to be like-minded. We have to be a team, and we have to be on the same wavelength. So, it's super important. I I want everybody in my company to have a great experience. I mean, we only get one life, so I want them to enjoy their time where they spend the most time. And I want them to get out of, being at this company, because we're family, and I have a big responsibility to take all these people and their families, and help them to have opportunity and put them in a good place. I wouldn't be a good steward of my own company if I didn't, try to keep them in mind and put them first. Of course, I think that in doing all that, the business will come, the money will come. I don't have any financial struggles. I don't have anything, and it's just happened. And that's been one of the biggest things. People always ask me, like, how have you done what you've done? And, I'm like, well, to be honest, even when I started out at that roofing company, I just did what I do. I didn't have some big plan. I didn't have some big, idea. I just did what I did, and it just happened. But I think that just the way that, I treat people and the way that or the type of people that I try to surround myself with, I think it just all came together. And I think that the Lord kind of put that together for me. And that's all I can really, say.
Yeah, he's pretty amazing at that kind of stuff. Your foundation of faith as well. Like
I didn't put a plan. The plan was already there. So, and I'm just trying to be a good steward and really use my company to help others as well.
That's such a cool. You said something there that was powerful, and I want people to I want to repeat it because I wrote it down. It was so good. Enjoy the time where you spend the most time.
Right.
I don't think we understand that responsibility as business owners that these people that work for us, they're spending 8, 9, 10 hours of their day with us. Now, if they sleep 8 hours a day, that means that 16 to 18 hours of the day, they're either sleeping or working. So they are spending the most time with us. How do you create opportunity for those people that it is an enjoyable place?
That's a good question. And that's kind of hard.
It's a challenge, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, it's just trying to help everybody see, the different aspects of what we do and how they can better themselves. And, through, education and providing them with the tools that we can, that not a lot of others do, and it's kind of like that old mindset that I started out in is just, hey, come right along with me, right? We put a lot back into the company. Before we take a dime out of the company, we make sure that everybody else is taken care of. And I don't take a lot out of the company. I have an end goal, right? And that end goal, I don't have a retirement. This is my retirement. So I think, I look at the bigger picture and make sure that my people are taken care of. And I want them to feel that they have security. That's number one. And the decisions that I make and the relationships that I'm out, making with my clients, that's just a reflection of who I am and what I'm trying to do for my company. And then also for the people in my company. I don't know if that answers the question, but
no, it absolutely does. It's a really good answer, actually. Cause I was like you, I didn't ever want somebody to leave my business for the same reason I left. I got stiffed on a bonus. Somebody didn't keep their word to me. I'd probably still be there today. I loved it there. I love the people. I love what we had built. We had built something pretty amazing. And somebody didn't keep their word. And it's just one of those, that's non-negotiable for me. Keep your word. And I don't want anybody to ever leave. And I talk about that with my team. I talk about our core values and how important they are and how I'm going to do right by them. As long as they do right by us, I'm going to do right by them at all times.